What's up guys, and welcome. What I have for you all today is a Fireproof build in Dauntless. And this is a build I wish I would have had whenever I was fighting Scorchstone Hellion, Firebrand Charrogg, and Bloodfire Embermane. This build literally makes you 100% immune to fire. Not only with the molten drops, but you also are using Fireproof on this build. I made this build mainly for those behemoths. Definitely recommend only using it on them. Alright, for the main weapon, I'm using Boreas' sword. You can swap this out, I say, for either the Boreas chain blades or the Boreas war pike. I wouldn't recommend using the Boreas axe or hammer with this build, but you can definitely swap it out for the chain blades or war pike. And the spells I'm using on this are Knockout King and Fireproof. And for the mods I am using Valiant Overdrive or Ardent Cyclone. I'm also using Reactive Hilt, just because when you're dodging through attacks, dodging out of attacks, back into another attack, you always do a critical strike, and that critical strike always helps out to do more damage to certain parts of the behemoth, or just the behemoth in general. For the armor, I am using a Draskiel helmet with a +3 knockout cell. For the chest plate, I am using a Hellion chest plate with a +3 molten cell. For the arms, I am using the clutches of the swarm with a +3 evasion cell. For the legs, I'm using the Fury Greaves with a +3 fireproof cell. And finally, for the lantern, we're using the Drask's Eye for this build with a +3 Aetheric Attunement cell. The Drask's Eye lantern is definitely a must-have for sword builds or any kind of high DPS builds. But if you do decide to use this build with either the chain blades or the war pike, you can switch out the Drask's Eye for the Koshai lantern just for the Vine Dash. Let's take a look at the perks that you are getting in this build. First of all, you have a +6 Aetheric Attunement, meaning you have a +3% lantern charge, meaning your lantern is going to charge 50% faster. You're going to have a +6 conditioning, meaning you're going to have +30 stamina regeneration. And for the next perk, we have a +6 evasion, meaning your dodge and vulnerability window is increased by 42%, meaning you're going to dodge the majority of the attacks that come close to you, nearly 50% of them. And when making this build, I looked at all 3 Blaze Behemoths, and I tried to get where you can choose one build for every single one of them. That's why I have conditioning and evasion in this build, as well as Knockout King, to be sure you can keep up with Bloodfire Embermane, try to knock out Hellion, and then try to evade Charrogg's tail swipes or even Hellion's tail swipes. And moving on to a +6 Fireproof, meaning you're, again, completely immune to fire. You cannot be set on fire at all. Moving on to the 5th perk, we have +6 Knockout King, meaning you have 30% stagger damage. But with it being a +6, after dodging a behemoth's attack, that next attack is going to do 100% more stagger damage. And finally, we have a +6 Molten, meaning when you deal damage, you have a 16-second cooldown where it's going to drop Molten Hearts, where it's going to give you increased attack speed and increased movement speed. Hope you guys do enjoy the build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And most importantly, what kind of builds do you guys want to see in future videos? Other than that, guys, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one.